Welcome back, Gale Force, and today we'll be talking about Flora, a unit from Fates playable in Conquest and Revelation. Here's the disclaimer, pause if you'd like to read it, and first, let's talk about her traits. Flora can join you as early as Chapter 19 of Conquest or Chapter 23 of Revelation. She joins after time passes once you've leveled either a ballista, fire orb, or launcher to level 3. She comes as a maid with very high skill and resistance, with B staves and either B or C shuriken depending on your route. Flora's growths lean towards skill and strength, and her personal skill, Icy Blood, is a bit of a doozy. It activates when she's attacked at range with less than full HP, dealing half the damage she takes back to the enemy, while also reducing their skill and speed by 3 each at a recovery rate of 1 point per turn. In Conquest, Flora is a late joining maid with fairly decent stats all around. While she won't perform as well as trained units at the time in which she joins, she is a perfectly serviceable staff bot with her high immediate rank of B. This means that one can save a couple of arms scrolls in the Bifrost in order to use her as an emergency failsafe if you manage to lose a really important unit. While there may be other units at your disposal who can perform this role better, should they not be available for one reason or another, Flora is a perfectly adequate choice. In Revelation, Flora performs much the same role as in Conquest, just at a later starting time and with a lower shuriken rank. She maintains her staff rank, so she can still be your Bifrost user with a couple arms scrolls, but as little else changes for her outside of being 2 levels higher with an extra point in all of her bases, Flora is more than a little outclassed by the time she comes around in Revelation. Still, having any niche at all in Rev is more than a lot of the cast can claim. For a unit that doesn't have a lot of reclass options, Flora actually really wants to reclass. Her high base strength growth leans itself well to reclassing her into the hero class line she gets by default, and both Strong Riposte and Soul are great skills for her to have, doubling down on her ability to perform quite well in combat during enemy phase. Sorcerer and Dark Knight generally do not provide as much for Flora as the hero and Bow Knight do, but perhaps the best thing you can do for Flora is, hilariously, to get her general through Corrin marriage. With her naturally high resistance combined with her personal skill and the defenses she'll gain from General, Flora will become a surprisingly potent tank on both the physical and magical side. Another good Corrin marriage option is getting her into Ninja to take advantage of her decent starting Shuriken rank, or you can always use the DLC items to turn her into a Dark Flyer for much greater mobility. In conclusion, Flora is a perfectly serviceable unit in both of her playable routes with a really fun personal skill to fool around with. Thank you so much for watching. Please don't forget to like and subscribe, and click the bell if you'd like to get notified when I post a new video. A special thank you to patrons 60 Sweep and Gorilla Danny for subscribing at the Paladin tier. I'd really appreciate if you checked out the links in the description if you can, but otherwise, have a great rest of your day.